I'm a huge fan of asking at least one question in each interview that allows candidates to show humility and/or reflection on something that has not gone well in their professional journey. I find that other savvy HR officers or school districts do the same, and you should be prepared for a question like this. Personally, these questions are important to me as they show another side of the candidates and encourage them to be humble or reflective, which I believe are necessary leadership skills. Some common questions of this type are, please share 3 areas of strength and 1 area of weakness. Or, please share a time when you were responsible for something and it did not go well. How did you handle it? What did you learn from the experience? Or finally, what is your greatest weakness as a leader? Please do not fall into the trap of saying that you do not have any weaknesses or that you cannot think of a time when something did not go well. Also, do not use strengths as weaknesses. For example, please do not share that your weakness is that you work too hard or that you care too much. I believe both are too cliche and they miss the opportunity to demonstrate that you can be humble or reflective. If you don't see your areas of weakness, you aren't looking hard enough or are not being vulnerable enough in the interview. If everything you have touched has turned to gold and you have never had anything go wrong, I need to ask you to look a little deeper or to take more risks. While I strongly encourage you to be vulnerable and honest in your interview, please avoid sharing that a key leadership skill is an area of weakness for you. As an example, if you struggle to have difficult conversations with people, or if you are having a hard time showing up to work on time, do what it takes to grow in those areas, but do not share either of them as an area of weakness for you. Instead, when asked a humility question, focus on something that has come up as an area of weakness and that you have worked on improving. An example could be as follows. I have really struggled with the vast quantity of emails I receive each day and how to stay on top of them while maintaining a strong focus on other school priorities. To address this, I've made a couple of key changes. First, I've scheduled time each day to review and respond to emails, and I've turned off email alerts for the rest of the day. Second, I use scheduled send when I'm sending emails outside of the work hours, so meaning nights and weekends. This honors people's boundaries and reduces back and forth emails outside of work hours. Finally, I avoid long email strings or passionate email exchanges by using sentence frames like, "That's a great point. Please let me know a good time for us to talk about this on the phone or in person." Using these strategies has allowed me to stay on top of my emails, respect other people's boundaries, and maintain a strong focus on other school priorities. I hope you'll notice that my answer focuses on something relatable to others who will be sitting around the table, and hey, they might even learn something, while also sharing how I have worked to overcome something that was an area of weakness. If asked about a time when you were responsible for something and it did not go well, you can consider something like this. A few years ago, I was responsible for a parent education night on our campus. We sent out a lot of messaging through different communication channels. As the night got closer, we prepared for the event, expecting attendance similar to past years' events. We purchased all of the materials, including food. A great team of people showed up to set up for the event. As we got closer to the event start time, we were thrilled by the turnout. But by the time the event started, we knew we had a problem. Attendance was about twice what we had planned for. We did not have enough materials, and we did not have enough food. As usual, I was amazed by the teamwork shown by our school team as they put their heads together to develop solutions, and for the generosity of the parents who figured out ways to stretch the food available to help make the night a success. I learned a lot that night about assumptions and the importance of an RSVP process when it comes to planning. Since then, we've implemented different RSVP processes for parent events with great success, and we haven't run out of food since. Of course, I was also reminded of the great things a community can do when it puts its heads together. My story is honest and it's heartfelt. It captures something I was responsible for that did not go well. talks about what I did to fix it and what I learned from it. The answer shows vulnerability and an ability to be reflective. So be prepared to be asked a humility or reflection question. Practicing your answer will ensure that you use this question to show your humility or ability to be reflective, while also helping the panel see how you learn and use challenges to help you make your school better. These are essential skills that I believe should be measured in the interview process.